Well, taking in artwork can be a calming and healing experience. That's why CHRISTUS Good Shepherd Medical Center in Longview has a hallway displaying art. It's displayed through a partnership with the Longview Museum of Fine Arts. And as KLTV7's Jamie Boyum tells us tonight, that hallway now features photography.
Longview Museum of Fine Arts Executive Director Tiffany Jahoric and photographer Rufus Lovett are deciding which Rangerette photograph goes where in a hall near the Healing Garden at CHRISTUS Good Shepherd Medical Center.
We've already had some very pleasant comments as people have strolled through as we hang the show.
The exhibit is changed every 6 months.
Statistics show that if you visit an art gallery or a museum and you're looking at beautiful art, that it releases serotonin and dopamine.
Even though the photos weren't all hung, people did slow down to look at Lovett's photography, and there is a theme to the series of photos.
It's a celebration of the Kilgore Rangerettes, and coming up is their 85th anniversary in 2025. I have continued to photograph them intermittently for 3 decades.
And there will be over 30 photos from all 3 decades hanging in the hall. Without art, the hall would be just another hall.
This has been such a fun partnership with CHRISTUS, so they call this the Healing Art Hallway because it's connected from the south entrance, and you have to walk by the Healing Gardens, and then you walk through this hallway to get to the main part of the hospital.
Since December of 2021, there have been distractions hanging in that hall.
You know, whether it's landscape paintings or this photography, it gets their minds off of why they're here.
And maybe takes them somewhere else, even if it's just for a few moments. Jamie Boyum, KLTV 7 News.
The official opening date for that new exhibit is July 11th, but as you can see, the Rangerette photographs are already up on the walls.